The 2026 Munster final took place in Páirc Uí Chaoimh between Cork and Limerick, who are arguably the two best teams in the country right now. The atmosphere around the stadium was electric, with the crowd anxiously anticipating possibly the biggest game of the year. A Munster title and a spot in the All-Ireland semi-finals up for grabs. The first 4 minutes are point for point, with Nicky Quaid making a fantastic save to deny Brian Hayes a goal. The 7-minute rolls around, and Kyle Hayes fouls Brian Hayes inside the square after a sideline delivery from Mark Coleman to deny a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Surprisingly, Hayes did not pick up a card, despite black cards becoming more common after these types of fouls inside the square. Cork's Mark Coleman was the one to take the penalty, sending it into the back of the net like a missile. Limerick's Garrett Hegarty was booked in the 12th minute, leaving him on thin ice, especially considering his physical style of play. 14 minutes pass. Aidan O'Connor has just put a free over the bar to narrow Cork's lead to 4 points. Then, just a minute later, Diarmaid Byrnes lashes a free from behind his own 65 into the Cork square, where Garrett Hegarty puts up his hand and uses his size to win the ball and knock the ball into the back of the net despite being contested. Limerick fans go wild. Limerick are back in this game. Just 15 minutes in and we have seen two fantastic goals so far. The score is 1-7 to 1-5 to Cork. Cork are on the attack and looking dangerous with their sights set on goal. Brian Hayes passes the ball out to Diarmaid Healy, who shoots a rocket towards the goal, which is brilliantly saved by Nicky Quaid, like a panther in the goal. In the 25th minute, Cork start to pull away, scoring 4 points in 4 minutes to make the score 1-11 to 1-5. 6 points between the teams and the game looks to be getting away from Limerick. In the 31st minute, an Aidan O'Connor free ends Limerick's 8-minute scoring drought, inspiring the next 3 scores and leaving Cork with a marginal lead of 1-11 to 1-9 at half-time. Cork fell asleep for the last 8 minutes of the second half and let Limerick get back in this with only 2 points in the game at half-time. Cork were once leading by 6 and could have grown their lead and really put Limerick under pressure going into the second half. Tom Morrissey comes on at the start of the second half, doing really well to avoid Robert Downey and popping a beautiful point over the bar. Just a minute later, Mark Coleman delivers a ball to Tommy O'Connell, who is completely open. He hand passes it over the top of the Limerick defenders to Brian Hayes, who is tackled by Barry Nash, hits the ground and bats the ball into the back of the net. Cork's confidence seems to be restored after slipping late in the first half. Aidan O'Connor puts over 2 frees in the space of 3 minutes to chip Cork's lead down to a goal. Frees from Diarmaid Byrnes, Alan Connolly and Aidan O'Connor make the scores 2-15 to 1-15 to Cork. The clock hits 60 minutes. The score is 2-17 to 1-15 to Cork. Cork lead by a point. The game is in the melting pot. Everything is on the line. The fans are biting their nails as they watch along. The turning point came in the 69th minute when Garrett Hegarty levelled the scores with a brilliant point, but of course RTE didn't show that in the highlights, so here's Peter Casey putting Limerick ahead. Alan Connolly then once again levelled the match just seconds later with a free. Then came the point that won it from Peter Casey.
Running onto it, grabbing an opportunity, trying to twist and turn, flicking it high and flicking it over the bar. Once again, Peter Casey.
It is now the 76th minute. Tim O'Mahony is running out with the ball. Garrett Hegarty crashes into him. Free out. And Patrick Collins can be seen drying his hurley with a towel. And everybody thought, this is it. He's going to have it. He's going to try and be the hero.
Patrick Collins has used the towel to wipe the hurling. He's outside his own 45. He's going to go a little bit short. Where's Mark Coleman? Coleman works the ball in. Tim O'Mahony is given the responsibility. And the referee has blown the full-time whistle. Limerick are Munster champions for the 26th time in their 8th successive Munster hurling final, having won 6 in a row from 2019 to 2024.
Ben O'Connor was visibly agitated in his post-game interview.
I spoke with William O'Donoghue outside and he said he was told that it was the last shot.
Which is great that he was told him. We weren't told when we got the free. It was brilliant that they told him. Fair play to whoever told him.
In John Kiley's interview, he stated that he was nervous days before the game and almost had to have a visit to the coronary unit.
A Munster final in Cork against Cork.
Don't usually see it. Don't usually
no
see it
pressure,
celebrate
lads.
like that.
Jesus, I was nearly going to the coronary unit yesterday. My heart was on fire at that stage because you know what's coming. Like, you know, this is a tremendous place.
A ferocious game despite its low-scoring nature. The Munster final 2026 will be a one to remember for Limerick and a one to forget for Cork.